Hi guys, it is Niall and Tomas from niallpoints.com, and we are back continuing the Eurovision 2024 reaction series. Today, at the end of national final season, we are reviewing Sweden, and the winners of Melodifestivalen after 6 weeks were Marcus and Martinus with the song Unforgettable. Will they be able to follow in Norene's footsteps and take home the Eurovision trophy? Well, let's take a look and see what we think. How do Sweden just always stage things so amazingly?
Budget.
I kind of love that. The one that looks like it's just spinning in the background.
Yeah. I also kind of like how they have the backing dancers come in and then leave again.
And then come back, yeah.
Yeah.
Just there when it's needed. I love this drop. I just wish it was a little bit longer. Yeah, that end bit I really do like, but it always feels like there's going to be another chorus, and then it's or something like that, and it like just stops, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's over pretty quick, which is a good thing, I think. Because if I mean, if you're watching and you're like, oh, just guys, come on, get a move on, then that's not a good thing. So, I actually really enjoy that performance. I mean, song-wise, it's not the strongest entry, but what Sweden does so well is just elevate their entries with just phenomenal staging, and that just goes to show that they have a budget. And you know, Melodifestivalen is obviously a huge thing in Sweden. You obviously know that I follow Swedish classes. I have done so for a couple of years, and it is actually also a topic every year when Melodifestivalen starts. We talk about it in the class because the teachers also start talking about it. So it is a huge, huge thing. You know, they're throwing money at Melodifestivalen.
You can tell it's huge, and the production is just slick. And I think that's one of the reasons I always get excited when Sweden's hosting, because we know we're going to get slick production. And we also know we're going to get Petra Mate, and everyone loves Petra Mate, so we can be happy about that. I know what you mean. It's not the most groundbreaking song in the world, but does it need to be groundbreaking? Is every song you need here in the heart groundbreaking? No, it's a good pop song, and it is something that I think will be quite popular. Obviously, Marcus and Martinus themselves are very popular in both Sweden and Norway, so that might help them as well. But no, I think it's a good song, good dance, good beat, good vocals. There's nothing really wrong with it. You know, this is Sweden. This is being like, okay, this is what we're, you know, when Sweden choose the winner, and you watch the performance, you're like, okay, well, this is the performance we're going to get at Malmo more than likely.
They usually don't really make a lot of changes to their staging. They might tweak it a little bit here and there, depending on how the stage is built and camera angles and stuff like that. But most of the time, they pretty much just copy paste what they did in Melfest.
Yeah, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I do think it will stand out a little bit, especially if we keep that staging. It's quite impressive with the lights and the walls, and the way the dancers come in, as you said, and then leave again, and they just sort of come as needed. It sort of adds like a new element to it, because it's not just like having consistent backing dancers can sometimes be like, okay, this is the same thing happening again and again. It's almost like different acts in a little bit of a way. But no, I like it. I think it will do quite well. I was about to ask how we think it's going to qualify, but of course we didn't are hosting, so they already have. But what do you think in general?
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't my favorite of the night, song-wise, that is, but it was just obvious as soon as that performance started. I think I tweeted out 10 seconds in, like, if anyone's still wondering, Marcus and Martinus are winning Melfest. Like, there was no doubt. It is just, and don't get me wrong, like every staging package at Melfest was good. You know, there's never any bad staging at Melfest. So, but this one just pops out. It's super slick. It's modern. It kind of also reminds me of what Benjamin Ingrosso did in 2018. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I don't get the hate. There's always hate for Sweden. I don't understand why. Is it because people can't stand the fact that they do well regardless what they send? You know, we've seen these sort of tweets being sent out saying, "Oh, this is like the worst streak in history of Eurovision," and then they list some of Sweden's entries, and I'm like, there's literally not a single bad song in that bunch. You might not love all of those songs. It might not be for you, but to say that it's bad, it's just stupid. I don't get it. I will never get that hate. I don't get the hate for Marcus and Martinus themselves either. I don't know why people are so negative about them and have been so negative about them throughout the season. I could kind of get it last year because we had Loreen in the mix, and then there was this sort of doubt like, ooh, is Loreen actually going to make it? Because Marcus and Martinez are quite popular. I mean, are we not going to get Loreen? So I could kind of get it then. But this time around, what other competition was there for them? How could you watch that final or those, you know, semifinals and not realize that that was the obvious winner?
Yeah.
I don't get that sort of hate. I saw tweets last night from people saying, oh, Sweden is such a shit country, and, you know, even attacking the twins personally. And then I just started blocking people. I'm like, I cannot deal with this stupid, you know, these stupid takes. Like, stop talking. Just shut your mouth. If you don't have anything nice to say, then just don't say anything. It's fine if you say, I don't like the song. Yep. Perfect. I don't like every song either. That's okay. Do I think this is groundbreaking? No. Do I think this is the best song? No. Do I think this is going to win Eurovision? No. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. No. Is it manufactured? Yes, it is. But again, that doesn't mean that it's bad. Just leave them alone. If you don't want to listen to it, if you don't like it, skip it.
Yeah, for some reason, I think some of the hate might come from the fact that, you know, they are young guys, so therefore potentially they've got that sort of tweenage girl fans, and people tend to disparage that sort of thing. That there's still people who are going to vote at the end of the day. You know, like if they like it, they're going to vote for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get the hate. I could understand people saying that a lot of the songs in Melfest sound similar because they are produced quite widely by a lot of the same songwriters, and there's some similarities in those productions. I can understand those sort of criticisms, but to just say it's a bad set of songs is unfair in my opinion. I think there's some really good, surprising quality. You know, we can talk about some of the acts from Melfest this year. One of the biggest surprises for me was Anika and the song Lights that qualified in the final round last week. Absolutely stunning vocal, and just had like this absolute joy on stage about her that just you just wanted to see more. Like it was very much a surprise. You know, obviously you've got some of our other favorites. We had Maria Sur was one of my favorites from the get-go. Absolutely insane vocal, great beat, great song. I don't understand how people can just be like, oh, everything in Sweden is bad. I don't get it.
I think people just sort of like to get on the bandwagon when someone starts hating on Sweden. People just sort of jump in because they think it's fun and it's popular and it's, you know, makes you look cool when you do that. You just look ridiculous in my eyes, you know. I mean, and I do agree, a lot of the songs are very manufactured. They are obviously always written by the same group of people, so I get that criticism. But people calling out for Melfest to change are just fooling themselves. Sweden will not change a damn thing about Melfest as long as they get top 10s. They just won't. Why would you change a winning, you know, a winning streak? Why would you change anything? It works for them. So
even you mentioned during the recording where Tusi didn't do too well.
No, he did not do too well. No.
Sweden 2021.
Yeah.
So they came in 14th place, which is still respectable. 14th. You know, it's not a top 10, like, but you know what? one year of not being top 10 or 1 year of being towards the bottom of the table isn't going to affect how SVT look at what they're doing. I think, there's some things that they could improve on, get more new people in, get more different talents in. But other than that, just what is there? It's a fun night of 2 hours worth of songs and some entertainment, and it pulls in big numbers. Have you seen the size of Friends Arena? 28,000 people in that arena. There's not even that many people at Eurovision. It's huge. And it was one of the first things that my cousin, who was their first time watching Melfest last night, who was like, wait, you were at this last year? Like, what?
It is insane.
Yeah, it's huge. So no,
and sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I do think, in Sweden, Eurovision and in particular Melodifestivalen are huge. I think Melodifestivalen is even bigger than Eurovision. So why would they change something that's really popular?
Yeah, I think it also depends on whether or not you watch Melodifestivalen as a means to find the representative for Sweden, or if you watch Melodifestivalen for the show, which is always phenomenal. The Swedes have a way of, coming up with insane production value and then mixing that up with, comedy, even if you don't understand what they're saying. They had that whole comedic sketch with, what was his name, Bjorn, and then the host, which was super funny. Even if you don't understand the language, it was just funny to watch them do that. I watch Melodifestivalen every year because I just enjoy watching the show, no matter how good or bad the songs are. And at the end of the day, even if Sweden has 30 entries and only one good one, chances are that one good one is going to win Melodifestivalen. So, what does it matter if they have a bunch of songs that you don't like? At the end of the day, if they pick the right one, then, I don't really see the problem.
And that's why Sweden are doing well, because they choose a song that is good. Like, I think Sweden we know Sweden is a huge exporter of pop music. Huge. Yeah. We think Zara Larsson, Tove Lo, is that how you say her name? Tove Lo?
Yeah, I think so,
Robin, Agnes, there's huge names from Sweden, and even then when we think, we have had music from Avicii, we've got Swedish House Mafia, who've changed a lot of the music scene over the course of 10 years. Like, of course, this is what Sweden listen to, this is what they do, this is what they want. So
exactly.
This is the sort of music we'll listen to in 5 years' time still.
Exactly, and that goes for every single country. I don't think it is our place to judge. Well, it is our place to judge by the time that the voting starts. If you don't like a song, don't vote for it. It's as simple as that. But it's not our place to judge, what song a country should send. If even a couple of years back, Anders Bagge won the televote over Cordelia Jacobs. If Sweden had their way, they would have sent Anders Bagge. Would I have liked that song? No, but it doesn't matter at all. It is what Sweden wants to send to Eurovision. They are competitive. They want to win Eurovision, but at the same time, they also just want to have a good time and send whatever they want to send, and they have every right to do so. Sorry, my dog is barking. I don't know what he wants. Should we go back to Marcus and Martinus before we start drifting away for another 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'll just say, I loved Anders Bagge, by the way. I'd have absolutely voted for that song. I loved that song.
Okay.
So no complaints from me over the Sweden televote there. But no, yeah, Marcus and Martinus, great shot of being top 10 still, I think.
Especially with the juries, I think.
It's going to be top half of the leaderboard anyway, in my opinion. I would say maybe... every time we say a sort of position range, I think about how many times have I actually said this position range. But I'd say probably, we're looking 7th to 10th. I think that would be a fair and good result. I don't think Sweden are necessarily trying to win second time in a row. No one sort of wants that budget, that expense. But no, I do think it's a respectable song. I think it'll do really well in the arena. I think it'll do really well in the televote. And I think the juries will think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to do one in the arena. It's home soil. Well, not exactly for Marcus. I actually wonder, do they still live in Norway or do they actually live in Sweden? Because this is the second time they've done Melodifestivalen. They've never done Melodi Grand Prix in Norway. So maybe I should look that up, see where they actually live.
I think they live in Norway.
Okay.
They won MGP Kids in 2012.
Oh, okay.
And there is a great photo of them with Alexandra Rotan off of Kaino.
Really?
Yeah, which was actually quite nice because Kaino were in Sweden for the Melfest weekend after party as well. So
I saw that, yeah.
Maybe they get to meet up at some point.
That's cute.
And have a reunion, but no, absolutely. I also don't understand this criticism of the fact that, it has to be someone from the home country to represent. Like, no,
I mean,
just stop that nonsense. Like, we had Celine Dion, for example.
I was just going to say 2 words, Celine Dion. Just shut the hell up. Like, it,
that just shuts that argument down.
Yeah, it is kind of funny, though, that, Sweden are sending Norwegians to represent them on their home soil. But like you said, they are very popular in Sweden anyway, and they won fair and square. That's the end of that matter. Yeah. I wanted to find out, which I don't really get why that is. Maybe that's something we need to look into. But one of the twins, I don't know which one, always seems to have more solo lines in the songs. We saw that last year as well with Air. So is that maybe because the other one is sort of more into the production of the songs and the other one sings more? I don't know how they sort of decide on who does what. So, but that's something that's always, caught my eye. Like, oh, it's always the same guy singing. The other one comes in every now and then.
Yeah.
But he's not really singing much.
The one who I think sings less during the Venere reprise last night actually stumbled on the words a little bit. Like, I don't think he even stumbled on the words. He hugged someone in the audience when it was his turn to actually check it. They just did a little bit of ad-lib, but you could tell, okay, there was no backing vocals there. When he did do a little bit, he sounded great. So it might just be a case of whose voice suits what part better, maybe. But no, I don't think there's any issue.
They seem to have exactly the same voices. I mean, obviously they're twins, I know, but even their voices are, the parts when they're talking, in interviews as well. I'm like, I could not possibly tell you who's who. Like, I have no idea.
Apparently, Martinus was the one who was wearing the holy shirt in the interviews. And
did you see, by the
way, our group chat?
Oh, okay. Did you see, by the way, at after Melodifestivalen last night, when they were being interviewed in the press room, somebody gave them a pair of denim shorts, which was signed by Windows 95 men. You couldn't actually hear what they were saying about it, but you could see one of the guys, he got the shorts, and the other, you could see him reading Windows 95 men, and they started laughing. I thought that was such a funny thing. Yeah. That they actually sent shorts from Finland as like a congratulations.
Makes me wonder who else has received a pair of denim shorts after a national final. Is there just lots of denim shorts hiding around Europe now? Like,
who knows? Maybe we're going to get denim shorts in Malmö in the arena. Maybe we're going to throw them around.
T-shirt cannon.
Oh, but with shorts.
But with shorts. A jort cannon.
Anyway, we should probably wrap it up. Oh yeah, I should. I don't. The thing is, I know that this is going to do well with the juries, but as we said, it is such a strong year, and there are other songs that are probably going to win the jury vote. So I don't think Sweden will take that. What really worries me is the televote. The last time we've seen Sweden get hate online, they always get hate, like we mentioned, but the last time I've seen this amount of hate was in 2018 with Benjamin Ingrosso. And he got like a miserable, 30 points from the televote, which for Sweden is pretty miserable. So I fear that maybe they could get an equal treatment. I don't know. So I'm not 100% convinced that they're going to get a top 10. And if they do, it'll be because of the juries. But even Benjamin only came, I think, 7th or 8th. even though he'd almost won the jury. I think he won the jury vote on the night, and then the points were corrected afterwards, and turned out, was it North Macedonia that won? Or was that 2019? No, that was 2019. Sorry.
I have no idea.
I think it was 2019. Sorry. But I think in 2018, I think Sweden won the jury vote and then completely flopped in the televote and didn't even make the top 5. So I don't know. I think it could be somewhere just outside the top 10 as well. I'd say somewhere between 8 and 13.
Okay. See, I'd say this is a little bit more fun than Benjamin Ingrosso's, a little bit more cohesive. Not that I diss Benjamin Ingrosso's entry at all, but I do think there's just more of a accessible package around this. That Windows 95 man reference is coming back again.
Yeah.
So I do think this will do okay with the televote. Not amazing, but I think it'll do okay.
Yeah.
So, but I guess we just need to wait till we visit Malmo in May and see what happens on the night. So yeah, that is our review of Melodifestivalen and Marcus and Martinus. Their song is Unforgettable. You can keep up to date with all of our reviews here on Niall YouTube. You can subscribe, like, comment, share, everything. It really helps us out. Thank you very much. And if you do leave reviews, please remember, these are just our opinions. We're only basing them on nothing and our perception. And there's no hate to any songs at all unless we actually say we hate a song, which we never have. You can also check them out at niallpoints.com. You can follow me at niallpoints on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @paidatomeri.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.